Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. And boy oh boy do we have a banger. Today we are going to break down why Deku will reveal his ultimate secret and how Aizawa sensei or any other hero within this battle will lose their quirk.
This shit good.
So yes, you guessed it, it's time for balls deep prediction quirk. So make sure to get your popcorn ready, and don't forget that your likes, comments and love gives us the energy to do what we do. Please continue to do that and get this video over 10,000 likes. Right off the bat, chapter 275 starts with the new overpowered Shigaraki realizing that his search quirk still has data it required from his previous user Ragdoll. Yes, as Ragdoll already scanned Deku, her quirk had the data to track Deku's location and his potential weak points. In chapter 72, page 5, Ragdoll explains her quirk can do this for around 100 people at a time. However, this poses the question on what is the limitation for this search quirk. Like, would Shigaraki be able to always track Deku no matter what his location is, or does the search quirk have a limitation on distance? Maybe if Shigaraki lays his eyes on too many other quirk users, Deku's data will be overseeded. But for now it seems that Shigaraki has his Illuminati all-seeing eye on Deku. But seriously guys, I mean, think about it. Deku has only mastered 30% of One for All, and there is definitely going to be some sort of resistance or time skip for him to catch up to Shigaraki's power level. However, if Shigaraki has this broken hack's all-seeing eye, how will Deku exactly hide from him? Every quirk should have a weakness. That's how power scaling works. But if you want to know more about how My Hero Academia will end, remember to check out our videos covering it as it's displayed on your screen right now. I'll also pin it in the comment section below. Now, we move on to Endeavour responding to Deku's request on guiding Shigaraki towards him away from the civilians, as Shigaraki is already focused on Deku and his One for All quirk. But the Fire Lord Endeavour asks Deku, what the hell are you on about, boy? He's thinking, why the heck would this broken ass villain go after a simp like you? Who the heck do you think you are, huh? But Deku be like, I'm the embodiment of Plus Ultra and I'm the future #1 hero. But then again, this ain't the time for Deku to be going balls deep in explaining his life story about how he ended up with the most powerful quirk amongst the heroes. However, this moment is a massive foreshadowing to Deku revealing his quirk and the big secret behind One for All. Let's not forget how Deku is narrating the story from the future. He declares at the start of the series, and more so along his journey, whenever he is narrating, he gives the premise of how he became a great hero. A quick point I wanted to bring up is that a lot of us have a misinterpretation thinking that Deku is going to be the #1 hero amongst all of the heroes, but in the manga he never really specifies that. Look at chapter 1. Deku doesn't say he's #1 hero, he states he's going to become a great hero or the greatest hero. There is a slight difference, and I know, yes, you're all gonna be like, take my head, anime balls deep, why you nitpicking shit? But come on man, this is important knowledge to know if you're gonna use balls deep prediction quirk at 100% power.
Yeah, boy.
Now, in the manga, the past tense narrations are in rectangular boxes, not in speech bubbles. And apart from the obvious, this is the story of how I became the greatest hero ever line, like when Deku describes that Shigaraki's assault in USJ was only the beginning of the earth-shaking events that was to come. And later on, future Deku narrates saying how he would always regret not being a better friend to Ida on the day they left for their internship. This kinda does insinuate that something bad is going to happen to Ida, either death or a massive calamity. However, after observing these narrations, we notice that future Deku refers to Bakugo as you, addressing him in first person, meaning that either Bakugo is with him in the future or Bakugo is dead, or maybe even All Might. Therefore, Deku might be giving a eulogy. Let's not forget our analysis where we did a whole video of how there are chapters upon chapters of foreshadowing that Shigaraki declared he will definitely kill All Might one day. Check out our videos on it after this if you like. But more than likely Bakugo is with him during this speech where Deku is telling his whole story to either his children or the other heroes, potentially the whole world. For example, if you look at chapter 119 page 15, during Deku's and Bakugo's brawl, narrator Deku talks about One for All and him being used to maintaining 5% power of full crowd, as is a common knowledge amongst the people he's talking to. If we think about it, from the first chapter in his narration, Deku is explaining a lot about the background of the world they live in, such as in the terms of culture and politics. It would make more sense that the listeners are someone who is new to this world, hence a newer generation, but as the story progresses, it becomes very clear this narration also includes the people he knows. Just from these narrations alone, it's apparent that the world goes through one of the most historical events, where Deku's story and involvement brought the world back from a place of darkness it was once in, thus linking back to the story that All For One reads as a child with the first user of One For All, that the heroes will eventually beat the Demon King. This actually means that Shigaraki and All For One will win where the world fell to its knees. This devastation possibly even reaches other countries like America, hence the effort we see by Horikoshi in the Vigilante manga for the world building of the United States. Regardless, from chapter 275, we know that the current pro heroes will have to find out about Deku's quirk, as now he became Shigaraki's sole target. Once Gigantomachia his name though, Gigantomachia, Dabi and the others join Shigaraki, the heroes will be forced to escape. This escape will cost some pro heroes lives, but will happen, and in the end, when the heroes regroup, Deku will give his story. Maybe not the same story that the narrator Deku gives, but definitely an explanation on his and All For One's quirk. I mean, let's think about this logically. If Deku unlocks 100% One For All and the 6 other quirks one by one, people are going to start asking questions. What the hell is happening? What kind of quirk does he actually have? And how come Shigaraki is so obsessed with him? This will come to the point where in the future, Deku will have to reveal his secret to everyone, but at this moment of time, it looks like Aizawa Sensei, Uraraka, Shoto will join in on the secret. Coming back to chapter 275, Deku sidelines the question regarding why Shigaraki is chasing after him and once again requests Endeavour to redirect Shigaraki, but Endeavour continues to engage against the new Demon King. However, Shigaraki flies out of there. Now the speed he is going seems to be so broken, it seems like some Dragon Ball Z type of shit, but more than likely Shigaraki is using the Airwalk quirk. If I'm wrong guys, please let me know in the comment section below, but like come on man, this guy got some speed boost. Endeavour relays back to Deku that Shigaraki is heading southwest. Deku gets the confirmation that Shigaraki is coming towards him, so he plans to make his move and run. Shigaraki ain't dumb though. He realized that those communication devices can pose a problem, thinking to resolve it very soon. Endeavour continues to tell Shigaraki, relaying information on him to the others, from how he has changed his direction to southwest and how Shigaraki has super regeneration now. This Shigaraki isn't the same dude they faced before. From all this, Endeavour realized Shigaraki is actually heading to Deku and that he is in danger. We then move on to Deku and Bakugo, and they are legging it so hard. Deku being Deku though, you know, caring for everyone by himself, he asks his Bakugo why is he tagging along. This obviously pisses Bakugo off, as he sees this as an insinuation of Deku playing the protagonist role, putting Bakugo on the back burner. But Bakugo sets things straight and tells it like it is. Deku needs him to explain and make everyone understand things quickly. He also reminds Deku that he has a personal vendetta against Shigaraki to deal with. Because of the incident of being kidnapped, he feels responsible for the end of All Might. In Bakugo's mind, One For All is just bait for Shigaraki, and he has a plan to take him down. But come on, let's be real now. No way in hell this boy's strategy can go against Shigaraki at God mode. The only plan Bakugo needs is to run. But hey, Bakugo ain't too worried about that, as throughout this whole madness, this dude is staying true to his character. He's thinking about how Deku improved so much and he can't lose to him. This actually pumps him up even more, which in my opinion showcases that Deku and Bakugo has one of the best rival friendship in anime. We go back to Shigaraki, who is being followed by Endeavour. Shigaraki decided to combine his air cannon and radio waves to kill Endeavour and also cut off his communication. He says, "That's too bad, number one, your time is done." Okay, he didn't say it like that, but you know, you get the drift. Anyways, this combo move actually ends up causing a OP shockwave that leaves us unsure about Endeavour's fate. But his communication devices are 100% fried. Endeavour's partner burning comms even seems to get affected. Shigaraki then somehow appears right in front of our boy, bringing his hand forth as he wishes to acquire One For All. As Deku and Bakugo feels the echo in their minds of death image from Shigaraki, as if death itself is knocking at their door, which by the way personifies the image of him being the symbol of terror and this new being that everyone keeps stating he is. Gran Torino comes to the rescue with his quirk by grabbing Deku and Bakugo away from Shigaraki. You know, talking about Saved by the Bell, you know, Saved by Gran Torino.
It's time to stop!
Anyway, Gran Torino, just like the other heroes, called Shigaraki a thing and keeps connoting the dehumanization of his character. Remember how in chapter 268, Mirko refers to Shigaraki as bad news and calls him a thing too. Obviously, this is to show emphasis on the inhumane experiment that he did to get All for One and all his power, but it also explores the wider message of the show regarding the clash of ideology between heroes and villains. The dehumanization of villains is a topic that got brought up by Twice upon his death, when he stated to Hawks that heroes judge them based upon their own ideals, but they are fake. The villains believe that heroes are not true to their name due to the system and culture that has sprouted through their actions. For example, heroes enact a law that benefits profiting on violence and creating child spies such as Hawks as selective progeny for their own benefit, since they inherited powerful quirks. This is why the Liberation Front literally was calling out the facade of heroes, because the system itself also prioritized the power of one's ability, just like Reed Destro's ideal itself. Reed Destro holds the belief that being villainous is an escape for many heroes in the society heroes have built. An outcast turns to this because they have little to no options. He uses this to endorse his agenda, claiming that in a society with completely liberated quirks, no one would have to feel alone and estranged. The main priority of the villains is to create a world where they can freely use their quirk without regulations or prejudice. Let's not forget, from our My Hero Academia final battle theory, we established that All for One literally stated that this was his ideal and point of view of the world. He wanted to be a leader of the new world that would be reformed by his ideology of liberty, which is for everyone to use their quirk whenever they want. As I said, villains like Twice feel judged and misunderstood, as most of them are just products of their environment. And guess what? This includes Shigaraki, since the hero didn't save him from his misfortune, but All for One manipulated him into becoming who he is, the symbol of terror, the Demon King. All this analysis brings me to our next theory. As we saw towards the end of chapter 275, we can see Gran Torino explaining the extent of Shigaraki's power to everyone and that he's not an opponent the boys can defeat. Other heroes such as Raikyu joins the fight, but she gets one-tapped by Shigaraki and almost dies. However, Aizawa comes to save the day by erasing his quirk to stop him from killing the dragon lady. Anyways, let's discuss why Aizawa or any other heroes in this present battle might actually lose their quirk. Now, the next thing you're probably gonna say is why?
次のセリフはこうだ。決闘を侮辱するな、ジョジョ。俺の前で決闘を侮辱するな、ジョジョ。
So, if we can remember, in chapter 160, the poetic message of Shigaraki destroyed Overhaul, as he does not end up killing him, instead says that he has thought of something far worse. Shigaraki states he hates how high and mighty Overhaul acts, as if he's the leader of villains. These are the very same feelings he had towards the heroes. He ends up destroying Overhaul's hands and makes him quirkless, as he tells him, "Hey guys, spouting off about getting rid of all quirks. Shouldn't be relying on quirks, right?" Okay, Shigaraki doesn't sound like that, but I'm pretty sure if he did, it would probably be close to that, okay? Shigaraki ends up calling him useless, as Overhaul's ideology was the exact opposite of what the symbol of terror wants, and the direction they want to take society. Now, if we link this thought process back to chapter 275, Shigaraki also thinks Aizawa is this cool guy, going around erasing quirks, not letting people do what they like, right? Shiggy ironically says, "You really are pretty cool." Raise their head. Okay, maybe I added that laugh. But he says this at the end of the chapter, which is a direct callback to the scene during their first encounter at USJ, where he says the very same thing. Therefore, if Shigaraki wants to steal One for All, how the hell would that be possible if Aizawa is around? If the whole ideal for All for One and the Liberation Front was to not be oppressed by heroes, Aizawa is the one that perpetuates this very idea. Aizawa or any other heroes in this battle becoming quirkless by a quirk-destroying bullet will again show the irony and Shigaraki's side of the message. Shigaraki will tell him, "Now you know how it feels to lose your power, just as you do to others." Also, another point of evidence could be seen in chapters 270, page 4, where the Doctor literally admits that their original intention was to actually steal Aizawa's quirk and clone it, but they settled for Kurogiri. Now, the bullets combined with air cannon speed will make it shoot like a gun and may land on whoever is willing to sacrifice himself. And Aizawa kind of feels like he owes the world something since Crust died for him. So this could be what happens. This will also push Aizawa further into the role of becoming Eri's sensei and continuing her training exponentially to be able to bring his and Miryu's power back, including all of the other people that have suffered at the hands of All For One. Or maybe Horikoshi just wants to write this plot point off, since Aizawa losing his quirk would be a trade-off for Trunks' death, which would seem pretty fair. At the end of the day, someone is going to die and someone is going to lose their power. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and remember to smash that like button and notification bell to stay in the loop in the community. With that, I catch you guys till next time.